Welcome to today's discussion on how to navigate and outsmart relationship mind games. If you've clicked on this video, chances are you've encountered this situation before, or maybe you're dealing with it right now. You're interested in someone, everything seems to be going well, and then suddenly you're caught in a whirlwind of mixed signals and mind games. It's frustrating, confusing, and can make you question everything. But don't worry, because today, I'm going to show you how to rise above these games and find true love. So, if you're ready, let's dive in. Once more, welcome to the channel. Imagine this, you're on a date with someone you've been interested in for a while. The conversation flows easily, the chemistry's undeniable, and you start to think, this could really mean something. But then out of nowhere, they start pulling back. The texts become less frequent, the enthusiasm fades, and you're left wondering what went wrong. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone. This is a classic example of relationship games. The push and pull, the hot and cold. It's like being on a roller coaster you never signed up for. But why do people, especially women, play these kinds of games? There are a few reasons. Sometimes it's a way to test your level of commitment. Other times it's a defense mechanism to protect themselves from getting hurt. And yes, sometimes it's simply manipulation. But here's the thing, you don't have to play along. Outsmarting these games isn't about outmaneuvering the other person. It's about understanding the game and changing the rules. Before we get into how to do that, let's first take a closer look at why women might play these games. For many, it's about testing a man's commitment, to see if he's genuinely interested in something long-term. By observing how a man responds in certain situations, they can gauge his level of interest and investment in the relationship. Some women do it as a way to protect themselves from potential hurt or rejection, maintaining a sense of control over the relationship so they feel less vulnerable. Others might have had bad experiences in the past and are trying to protect their hearts. And some women send mixed signals simply because they're unsure of their feelings or the direction of the relationship. But here's the catch. While they might think they're protecting themselves, they're actually creating confusion and uncertainty. So, let's delve into how to recognize these games and change the rules. Step 1. Recognize the signs. You can't beat someone at their game if you don't even realize they're playing one. If someone is giving you mixed signals, pulling away without explanation, or constantly testing your reactions, chances are they're playing a game. Let's break that down a bit more. Mixed signals are one of the most common tactics. One day they're all over you, texting and calling non-stop, and the next day it's radio silence. This push and pull dynamic is designed to keep you on edge, making you crave their attention more. Then there's pulling away without any explanation. You're having a great time, everything seems perfect, and suddenly they start to distance themselves with no reason or explanation. This will make you feel insecure and desperate for their approval. And let's not forget the constant testing. They might bring up past relationships, flirt with others in front of you, or create scenarios just to see how you react. This is a way for them to gauge your level of interest and commitment, and to see how much control they have over you. Recognizing these signs is crucial because once you see the game for what it is, you can choose not to play along. Stay grounded, don't let their behavior dictate your emotions, and that's how you win. Step 2. Don't take the bait. Stay calm and don't let their actions dictate your emotions. When someone is playing games, they're looking for a reaction. They want to see if they can control your emotions and actions. But here's the key. Reacting impulsively only gives them the power they're looking for. Think of your emotions as the ocean. When you stay calm and steady, you're like a peaceful sea. No matter how much they try to stir the waters, you remain serene. But if you let their actions dictate your emotions, you become like a stormy sea. Turbulent and unpredictable, which is exactly what they want. When they send mixed signals or pull away, take a moment to breathe and collect yourself instead of immediately reacting. This doesn't mean you should ignore them or pretend you don't care. It means you should respond thoughtfully, from a place of calmness and confidence. For example, if they suddenly pull back and you feel the urge to chase or confront them, resist that impulse. Instead, give them space, continue living your life, and focus on your own happiness. This not only shows that you're not easily manipulated, but also that you value yourself and won't tolerate inconsistency. And here's an important tip. Don't retaliate by playing your own games. It might be tempting to give them a taste of their own medicine, but this only perpetuates the cycle of manipulation. True strength and confidence come from rising above the games, not engaging in them. Step 3. Communicate concisely. When you're puzzled by someone's actions, the best approach is to address it head-on. Instead of making assumptions or reacting impulsively, take a moment to have a candid conversation. Let's say your partner has been giving you mixed signals and it's driving you crazy. Instead of stewing in confusion or retaliating, invite them to have an honest discussion. Start with something like, "Hey, I've noticed some changes in your behavior recently, and it's left me a bit confused. Can we talk about what's going on?" This approach works for a couple of reasons. First, it shows that you're mature and willing to address issues directly, which can be very disarming, and shift the dynamic from one of playing games to one of mutual respect. Second, it opens the door for your partner to explain their actions, which might be based on misunderstandings or insecurities rather than intentional manipulation. When you communicate openly, be sure to listen as much as you speak. Pay attention to what they're saying and try to understand their perspective. Sometimes people act out because they don't feel heard or understood, so by giving them a safe space to express themselves, you're paving the way for a deeper connection. Remember to stay calm and composed during these conversations. The goal is to gain clarity and strengthen your relationship, not to accuse or blame. Approach the conversation with an open mind and a willingness to find a resolution together. Step 4. Set boundaries. Boundaries are essential in any relationship. They define what behaviors are acceptable and what aren't, protecting your emotional well-being and ensuring mutual respect. When someone plays games, it's a sign that boundaries may be lacking or unclear. Start by identifying your own limits. What behaviors make you feel disrespected or uncomfortable? Write them down if you have to. This could include things like consistent mixed signals, disrespectful communication, or emotional manipulation. Once you've identified your boundaries, communicate them clearly. You might say something like, "I need consistency in communication to feel secure in this relationship." Or, "I won't tolerate being manipulated or tested constantly." Be firm but respectful in expressing your needs. Enforcing boundaries is just as important as setting them. If your partner continues to behave in ways that violate your boundaries, it's crucial to address it immediately. Remind them of your conversation and the agreed-upon standards. If the behavior persists, it's a sign that they may not be ready to respect you or the relationship enough to change. Remember, setting boundaries isn't about controlling the other person, it's about protecting yourself. Healthy boundaries create a safe space for both of you to thrive. If, despite your efforts, your partner continues to be erratic and manipulative, it may be time to walk away. Walking away can be tough, but staying in a toxic situation is even tougher. So there you have it. Outsmarting relationship games isn't about beating someone at their own game. It's about refusing to engage in the game altogether. Don't settle for anything less than you deserve. If you're in a relationship where you feel undervalued, disrespected, or unloved, it's time to reevaluate your position. You deserve to be with someone who cherishes you for who you are, without the need for games. The right person will love you unconditionally, without requiring you to play games or pretend to be someone you're not. They'll embrace your flaws and celebrate your strengths. When you find the right person, there won't be any games to outsmart, because there won't be any games to play. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe for more candid relationship advice, and leave a comment below sharing your own experiences with relationship games. I'd love to hear them. Let's support each other in finding true love. Until next time, stay strong and stay true to yourself.